Hello, hello, hello. Who is here? Guys, as you notice, I'm in a different location. Yes, I am in a different location and it's a bit windy here. Hey, good night. Good night, colleague. Good night. Let me see who all are here. Hinaya, Canisia, Michael, hey, hon, good night. Marissa, good night. Canisia, yes, again. Akira, hi. Hope you guys are back on now. Livingstone Johnson, hey, good night to you. I'm not sure if you're on at this moment. Yes, good night and thank you for joining us all the way from Barbados. Yes, tonight, as you notice, yes, I'm in a different location, but nonetheless, we are having our live, and tonight I am at, okay, hey Livingstone, so welcome. Yes, we are expecting to learn something here, some history, yes, about things that happened in SVG, particularly the Grenadines back in 1979. Hey Alexia baby, oh, you crying? I miss you too. Yes, back in 1979, and we are going to learn also about a rebellion that took place right here in Beckway, yes, in Paget Farm. So guys, stay tuned, don't you go anywhere. You know, the family historian will be joining us shortly. Yeah, so invite somebody else, share the live, and don't forget when you join to give us a thumbs up. Yes, share the live. Hi Natalia. Yes, share the live, and yes, let's see who will join us here tonight, can help fill us in and tell us something about what happened in Union Island back in 1979. Let's see if we're going to have anybody coming on stream here. I notice we have a lot of students here, which is very good, because you guys are going to be learning something's new tonight, right? But before we get into all of that, hey Ruby, good night, welcome. Yes, haven't seen you for a while. Hey Grayson. Yes, before we get into all of that, you know, as usual, we're going to do a little quiz. Yes, nothing long, because we are going to be focusing mainly. Okay, thank you, Canisia. Thank you. Yes, you guys continue to share. Yes, share the live and let us grow together. Yes, so hey, good night, Grayson again. Yes, so we're gonna get a little icebreaker. Natalia is in the audience tonight. So Natalia, I'm going to see if you can answer any of these questions. Simple questions, right? Because yeah, I didn't want to do much. But you know, as usual, we have to give God thanks for bringing us this far through the week. Yes, we have one day remaining in the week. That's Saturday, that's tomorrow. So once you're alive, yes, give thanks to God for today. We noticed that we had this swell that has been affecting our island. Not only us, but other islands as well. So let's pay attention to that, especially if you have to be traveling. Hey, woo, 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 good night, welcome, welcome. So yes, we're going to kick things off with some simple icebreaker. Yes, simple quiz, right? Just give me one moment. But yes, you know, we have to give thanks. So help me sing, guys. You know a theme song, right? Thanks, thanks, I give you thanks for all you have done. Hope you're singing enough. I am so blessed. Natalie, I can't hear you. My soul is at rest. Oh Lord, I give you thanks. Yes, I hope you guys were singing. Yes, I hope you guys were singing along with me, because we are going to get straight into this segment, which is basically the little icebreaker. So we're going to be starting with riddles. I remember they're riddles, right? From the Bible, right? So the first riddle, hey guys, I'm seeing 18 little heads there, but I'm only seeing 7 thumbs up. So if you're here, come on, hit the thumbs up button. And yes, show us some love here tonight. Yes, hit the thumbs up button. So yes, our first quiz, riddle, sorry, it is, how do we know Peter was a rich fisherman? How do we know Peter was a rich fisherman? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, man. Yeah, Ruby, like up the live, guys. Like up the live. Yeah, like up the live, guys. Keep the numbers flowing. Yes, how do we know Peter was a rich fisherman? That's the first riddle. Remember, it's a riddle, right? Hey, good virtual girl. Good night. Good night. Welcome. Yes, how do we know Peter was a rich fisherman? Let me see who can get that. Okay. By the time I get back, I want to see the answer on the screen. Okay, I'm back. Nobody knows that one? How do we know Peter was a rich fisherman? His net income. What? Okay. Okay, Kenicia. I see. I wonder if you went on Google. But yes, you got it. You got it. Yes, because of his net income. Right? You know, Peter was a fisherman fishing in the river. Right? Yes. Because of his net income. Because he used to... Okay, that heart is hiding that one, yeah. Okay, but it was his net income. Alrighty, so next one. Why didn't they play cards on the ark? Why didn't they play cards on the ark? Dun, 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 dun. Why didn't they play? Why didn't they play? Why they didn't play cards on the ark? Mama, you and that could try answer that y'all in the audience. Y'all could talk it and why they didn't play cards on the ark? Oh, Akira said because he used to fish in the sea. Okay, Akira. Yeah, but it was by his net income. Okay, in the meantime, while you try to answer that one, the next one is, which animal could Noah not trust? What animal Noah didn't trust? Because Noah was standing on the deck. That's right. So what animal he couldn't trust? Because it did not exist. Okay, Akira. Okay, remember, Kalik answered it. He didn't trust the tiger, the lion. Somebody else want to try another one? It wasn't the tiger nor the lion. So let me see who is going to guess it right.
The walrus.
That I said the walrus. Boy. Lion. No. Try again. Yes, Canisia, because they were standing. No, Livingstone. No, it's not the lion. Try again. Okay, let me give you a clue. If you are in a relationship with somebody, right? Tell me one of the reasons why you won't trust that person apart from lying. Yes, Noah, Naya was yes, Naya. Noah was standing on the deck. So what animal? A lot of people are say, boy, that person is a cheetah. Yes, he didn't trust the cheetah. Okay, let me see who gonna win this. Who gonna answer this here, right? If you answer this one here, good, eh? Which Bible character had no parents? Remember, it's a riddle, right? Which Bible character had no parents? Yeah, hon. Cheating, yes, that's right. Don't trust a cheetah. Hey, Amalia, welcome. Timothy? Yes, it was a cheetah. He didn't trust the cheetah. Timothy? Nobody? Hey, you almost close, you know. You said nobody. Anybody else want to try? Joshua? Hey, Amalia. You got it correctly. Joshua. Joshua was the son of Nun. N-U-N. Remember, it's a riddle. So Joshua's dad was called Nun. Yeah. All right, guys. So that's the end of that segment. We are going to do some general, just 4 questions again in the Bible quiz. Just 4 questions. So listen carefully. Very simple things that everybody should know. What did Samson kill the Philistines with? Alexia, you better answer my question and stop sending me all them. I hope I get some of them fruits there and all them things they were sending up there. Yeah, what did Samson kill the Philistines with?
A boy stand up and the teacher, he kicked them in the ass.
Hey, I see this message is held for a review. I wonder what somebody said it. What he killed them with? What did he kill them with? This message is held for review. His strength? No, he used something to kill the people with. With the jawbone of a donkey. Yes, but you know, growing up, we didn't say jawbone of a donkey. We said jawbone of, you know.
They want to ask.
Yeah, I think you have to be careful with certain things you type. Yes, the donkey jawbone. Right? Next question.
Should I with Bible?
In some version, yeah. Some version take it and say Bible and say donkey. Who was... Wait, that's the same thing. Okay. Okay, we basing basically who seduced Samson? Who seduced Samson?
Delilah.
A donkey jawbone, that's right. Who seduced Samson? Jawbone of a donkey and a donkey. The jawbone, he killed him using the jawbone. Delilah, yes, Amalia, Delilah. Okay. Vivian asked this question on his live, and I only got one of the rivers correctly, so I had to go and research it. So I am going to ask you guys this question now. What are the names of the 4 rivers that flow from the Garden of Eden? What are the names of the 4 rivers that flow from the Garden of Eden? Let me hear, Mama.
Huh? What about Kishan?
Okay.
One? I can't call the next one.
Anybody hearing my mother outside there?
What?
Yes, hon, Delilah. Yes, hon, boy. Delilah. Yeah, boy. Everybody know that one, the boy. Delilah. Yeah, so anybody wants to tell me what are the names of the four rivers?
Euphrates and
My mother is calling them.
I can't call it next name going why it's hard.
She says she can't pronounce one of the word. But let me see if anybody knows it. Hi, Alexia. Alexia, I can give you some licks, you know. Nobody knows that? Okay, I'll give you guys 1 minute. Let me see if anybody is going to come up with the answer. What are the names of the four rivers that flowed from the Garden of Eden? Yes, I'm by my parents. But tell girls to tell you all hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Dada is going to be sitting in a little bit. Patient, Gihon, Tigris, Euphrates, Patient, Gihon, Tigris, and Euphrates. I'm not even sure if I'm calling the names correct. But yes, Akira, you are correct. Alexia, I am going to ask you a question, right? Alexia, this question is for you. All right? Um, Euphrates and the rest. Alexia, are you ready for the question? What was the name of who is Jesus's earthly mother? What was Jesus's mother called? And this question is for Alexia, right? I see Alexia is sending me all sort of things. So Alexia, this question is for you. Who was Jesus' mother? Okay, Alexia, you're not answering me? Very good. Very good. Everybody give Alexia a little thumbs up, the man. Give Alexia a little thumbs up. Very good, Alexia. I knew you wanted me to ask a question that you can answer. So that was your question. Right? So now, Alexia, I want you to listen and learn something else, right? Okay, so who can tell me? We are finished with the Bible. We are going into just basically two questions of things that happened in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So who can tell me what year was slavery abolished in SVG? What year was slavery abolished in St. Vincent and the Grenadines? 1834. Three wise men welcome. Yes, you are correct. Okay, Alexia. Next question. When was universal adult suffrage granted in St. Vincent? When was universal adult suffrage granted in St. Vincent? Okay, yes, slavery was abolished in Vivian, 1975, slavery was abolished. 1834, 1834, that's why we celebrate Emancipation Day, yes, on August 1st. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
1951?
Yeah. Which year was St. Vincent granted universal adult suffrage? No, not 1877. Not 1938. No, hon, not 1877. You know, adult suffrage is the right for us to, for all citizens. No. No, not 2000, Vivian. Come on. It means the right, when were we given the rights as citizens, right, to vote, right, despite our gender, our race, our social status, wealth, political stance, or any such thing, right? So when were we given the right to vote as a citizen? Three wise men, you got it correct. 1951. 1951, guys. So give yourself a round of applause. It was in 1951. So those who don't know, now you know. All right. So what we are going to... No, hon. It's not 1863. The correct answer was given already. It was 1951. Right? So, hey, some of you ain't give me the thumbs up yet, you know. Like, you know, want me bring on that here. Yes, 1951. So all of you who said 1951, you are correct. All right. Alexia? Alexia, your question before we bring that here. What year did St. Vincent become independence? Alexia, what year did St. Vincent become an independent country? 19 when? Alexia, what year did we gain independence? Alexia not answering me, boy. Okay, guys. So yes, all of you who said 1979, you are so correct. And that's the year that we are going to be talking about. Okay, so I'm going to ask my father to come closer in front of the camera because we are going to be talking about the uprising in Union Island. So I hope we have some people here who would have known something about that and can share. Well, you can, if you don't know, just listen and learn. And if you know, you can share your experience. Yes, please go and click the thumbs up button. Right? Okay, I see 13 and I'm seeing 19. So those of you who haven't yet hit the thumbs up button, please do. Because you see, we got the wise man in the house. All right. So we are going to talk about the failed, what you call it, coup uprising that happened in Union Island. And my father is going to be telling us what he can remember from that period. Alrighty. So I'm going to turn over to my dad. And yes, guys, please.
Good night to everyone on the live. I just talking from the back of my head what I could remember. In 1979 a lot of things happened. You had the rebellion in Union Island, we had the eruption of the La Soufre, and we had independence. Well, as far as I can remember, there was a gentleman by the name of Lennox Bomber Charles, and he wasn't happy about the way that the Cato government was looking after the Grenadines, especially Union Island where he was from, and he decided to start a rebellion to try and remove Union Island from under the Milton Cato government and take it into independence. But he tried, but he failed because he happened to take over the police station down there. He took over the airport, and he almost had everything under control. But as far as I understand, he went some may either charcoal grenade to collect some weapons, and on his way back, his boat capsized, so he didn't get the guns. I understand that he wanted to seize the island, and the government sent in the police force led by, I think, was Bascom. They couldn't land at the airport in Union Island, so there was a little track on Palm Island. So they landed on Palm Island, and they went over to Union Island by boat, and they happened to recapture the island. They get back the police station, and they get the airport under control, and they arrest, I think, was 19 people who was involved in the rebellion. And so Charles didn't get through with taking the island. They were all arrested and brought back to mainland St. Vincent and thrown in jail. Could anybody remember anything more about that rebellion?
Yeah, do we have anybody in the audience from that period, from that rebellion period in Union Island? Right, if anybody could remember the song, left, right, the government boots, the government boots. Yeah, remember that song there?
By Gabby.
Yeah, by Gabby. Yeah, tell Tom I say, when they say they send them Babylon boots. Yeah, to
Jabby to mine.
yeah.
I could be it anyway.
Yeah, but I'm wondering as well if because when after my father told us about that story, I decided to do a search and to see if I found any information about it, and I did find it. Right? And if you guys are interested in learning about reading from the Searchlight perspective, the Vincentian, yeah, you can find it online, right? Because what they said is that a group of 40 policemen under the command of Inspector. No, this one they came from Barbados. Yeah. Inspector Rutherford Cox, a Unionite, was sent to regain control of the island. And it was saying the Bajan had sent in police officers to help in Union Island. But then some people were upset because they were saying that it was basically an internal thing. Yeah, and they should not have brought in any outside forces. Right, because it is said that the people that they arrested, they were beaten and all of that. Yes, they say for all of them, it was 3 torturous weeks of being beaten, drenched regularly with cold water, and made to lie on the cold floor with little sleeping materials and little to eat. Bumba was arrested by the Grenadian authorities and handed over in the late 1980s. And he was then tried and imprisoned. So anybody ever heard about that? Any one of you in the audience, have you ever heard about the Union Island uprising?
I think a citizen from Union Island got killed, and a police inspector got shot in his leg.
Yeah, I think I saw that somewhere, you know. Yeah. And that happened basically about, let me see, Cato won government in October 1979, and then the uprising took place in December the 7th, 1979. Right?
Wasn't independence the Cato government in 1979?
Let me see what they said there. Okay. The date for this year's general election was accorded greater historical significance for Vincentians, since it was shared with at least 2 other very important events which occurred on that date. the Union Island uprising and the birth of the New Democratic Party. Oh, okay. But let me see. Yes, the article from the newspaper said on December 7th, 1979, okay, so Union Island entered the annals of history with its failed uprising. 26 years ago, the island, like the rest of the Grenadines, was practically forgotten by the Milton Cato Labour Party administration. Yeah. So as my father was saying, all of that is what caused the uprising. I heard about it but don't have the full story. Okay. But yeah, that's basically put Union Island on the map back in that time. Because I can remember when I was in college, yeah, I went to Sandy Bay and somebody was talking about the uprising. And I was like, I can't recall that. I never heard about it. So they were asking me where I'm from. I said, Beckway. So they were surprised that I didn't know about the uprising because they were saying so many policemen from the mainland St. Vincent had to go down there and people were arrested and brought up and that sort of stuff. So, okay. Yes, Ruby, so you have heard about it. I'm not seeing Kami because I'm sure if he was online, he would know about the uprising. Yes, Beckway Kitty. Yes. So yeah, but as they said, failed. And at that time, Union had basically about 2,000 inhabitants. Yeah, and as he was saying, they were blaming the Cato government for neglecting them. So they wanted to basically pull themselves away from from St. Vincent. Bottle girl, you never heard about it? Okay, so guys, you now learn something new. So what I'm going to do, I am going to share this link. If not now at the end, I'm going to share the link with the newspaper article in the description of this live. So you can go there at the end and you can always read about it, right? Because it is something that living in St. Vincent and the Grenadines that we should know. And you know, they say sometimes history repeat itself. That's why I love your life because I always learn. Thank you. Yes, history repeat itself. So, but let's pray that this doesn't happen again.
But Crutch tried a little thing in Beckway a couple of years ago.
Okay, my father said crutch, right? But when he said crutch, he's referring to a gentleman by the name of Walter Bino, right? And this, what he's going to be talking about, is something that happened in Paget Farm, right here in Little Beckway.
Yeah, the other day, the bus drivers them had a strike um, because of the condition of the road coming around by block. And they stay home, they took their bus off the road, they didn't come in to walk to transport people from Paget Farm to Port Elizabeth for them to get to work, so they almost crippled the island. But you know, people get right from private vehicle and some people walk. A couple of years ago, I can't remember the year, but Walter Bino, he was chairman of the Beckway District Council. They had a tongue board, local government. So Crutch was the chairman of the council. Cam, you would know Crutch. But he
Yeah,
not on tonight.
he not on tonight. Michael would know. Michael would know him as well. Walter Bino.
So the road was in a real bad state. We didn't have concrete road as we have now. There was like two strips on certain parts of the road. That was very bad. And Walter and Errol, Olivier Errol was the clerk, I think, in the tongue board up in Sydney Harbour. And they had a Land Rover Jeep, I think, and they had a big hole, rotten spot in the bottom of the vehicle. So by coming to bring Crutch to Paget Farm, I was saying Crutch, water spatter up on him and get his pants wet up. this Pansfoot. And he came down the evening and called a meeting in the square and started to talk about the condition of the road and that the government not giving us no attention. The road is in a bad condition and we should do something about it. Well, around that time, I had my band named the Merits, and we were practicing in my parents' downstairs, as we call it. And we didn't really pay no attention about the meeting until we finished practicing about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And when we finished practicing, we pack up and we go to the road. Oh, there was a lot of people um, came together to listen to this meeting, and they decided to march up to the police station to get the police to inform Milton Cato government that they are rebelling over the condition of the road, and they would like some concrete evidence that he would pay some attention to the road and start fixing it. Well, Mr. Mitchell, he was the representative for Beckwith, and he went to Guyana to represent the government with a meeting of the ministers of agriculture. Anyway, I understand Cato sent for him, tell him catch the first flight next day and come back home because there's confusion in Beckwith. But the night that they had started the meeting, everybody just went wild, and members from the crowd went up to the police station in Paget Farm because there was only one police, which was a corporal, and he had his family along with him living in the police station. They had a chain, a rack, I think, with a chain to the guns, and he didn't lock it. So guys went up there, and I think they had about 3 or 4 guns, and they pulled the gun and stick up the police. But fortunately, they had no bullets in the gun, and he asked his wife and his kid to go over by a close by family member for safety. And then they bring in the police from Port Elizabeth to try to quiet down the people. But before the policemen coming from Port Elizabeth, we had some fellas went up the road after they understand that the police was coming in and that the government had police stand by on the wharf in Kingston to come to Beckwith. They say they had one put on the wharf and one on the Coast Guard. But Cato was getting information from the police station to say he keep on finding out, well, what is the situation if they getting this thing under control. But the guys went down the road and they walk up as far as by where Wilsey living there now. They have a little bridge there. And they had some big stone in the hills just alongside the road. And them guys rolled toward the big stone and blocked the road in case the police that men did come from mainland to come down to quell the little uprising. But they never came because Sergeant De Silva was, what do you call him, Kung Kung? He came down and he knew a lot of the people because he was stationed in Paget Farm before they transformed to Port Elizabeth and put him in charge of the Beckwith police stations. And he knew the guys and he spoke to them and tell them, quiet down and try to make this thing go too far because a lot of people will end up in prison. Anyway, next evening, next day Mitchell arrived in Beckwith and he had a meeting in the night. And oh, they had a lot of policemen came down from the mainland, but they were in the private clothes. And Mitchell, in his meeting, said that we have a lot of plainclothes police here, and you guys might know them. But any strange faces here tonight, do not give them no information. Because somebody threw a dynamite in the station, but I understand it didn't blow up because the thing freeze. The wick didn't go through. And they had a little antenna mounted up by the station and a piece of pipe. And imagine guys knock out that antenna. And anybody who know up by the station, or after that they put in this big antenna for steel that they keep up in the road and then up the hill, up in the air, and then they put up the antenna on it. That came from because of the little rebellion.
Wow.
So Mitchell said that if anybody said, no, all you women like to talk plenty, but if anyone of you give any information to them plain coast policemen here and anybody go to prison, I will not be representing the Grenadines anymore. I will resign. So he said, keep all your mouth shut and don't say nothing. That's as far as I could remember. So nobody get too good. Nobody was sent to prison for it. Everything just went down to nothing.
Wow.
Who can remember that? Michael, remember that?
Michael like his internet delaying as usual. Yeah, Michael like his internet delaying as usual. Guys, Beckway's a little. Yeah. Beckway really hot. And not even Beckway hot, Paget Farm hot. Because almost everything you hear talking about happening in Beckway, anything across that level is Paget Farm you're talking about. you know, sometimes you go to the harbor, or you would hear harbor people saying Southside people is the worst. Yeah, and sometimes I wonder if it's because of all of that. You know, Southside people, like they don't back down, they don't afraid to stand up when the time comes to stand up. You understand? It seems like they're willing to stand up and do something in order for something good to take place in Beckway.
Well, I heard that this tug between Hamilton and East and
I was
Elizabeth
going
and
to
Beckway,
ask you
it
about
came
that.
out from many years ago. My uncle and two other guys, they were really strong fellas. And oh, they used to win. Any fight they get in, they used to win it. They crashed a wedding in Hamilton. And they didn't welcome them. And the guys just mash up the people wedding with a fight. And they beat up a lot of guys outside in that wedding yard, and then they had to run, find a way out of Hamilton to come back to Paget Farm. And lately after that, my brother and his cousin was in a fight down by Michael.
Yeah, Michael, yeah.
My brother and his cousin did end up in a fight down in Hamilton by Sergeant Shop. And they beat up a lot of fellas down there, and then they had to clear out by swimming from Hamilton, go across the point where you have the little bad place where you been there.
By the cocktail, is it the cocktail
Yeah, they
lab?
used to call that, they had a
Beckway slip.
Beckway slip. Them guys reached as far as Beckway slip because they had guys waiting somewhere across by the power station, gap up, they could beat them up. And they swam across the thing and go into the harbor and get transportation or come to Paget Farm.
Michael, so I remember those. I remember hearing about that fight. Okay, so Michael, you're here. You're from that side of the island. And I think it was Babali.
Yeah, you do well.
Yeah, it was Babali. And for
Cali.
those of you
Babali and Cali.
who don't know Babali, that's my uncle, that's my father's brother. And Kali, that's my father's cousin.
Cool man.
Right? So they call him Holy Man on Island here. Yeah, so those guys were really bad men. Yeah.
Them fellas be strong
Yeah.
and very big muscles.
You know, yeah. And yeah, we were talking about the because up to this day we are trying to basically unite the two parts of the island, right? And we are trying to do so using the young people, right? The Police Youth Club now has a chapter in Port Elizabeth. And there's basically a bit of a tension still, where some people from Paget Farm don't want to go to Port Elizabeth, and the Port Elizabeth children, our parents don't want the children to come to Paget Farm, right? So, and this is something that happened long ago. Because I could remember as a child, and it even started before me, as my father was talking about the Babylon. And yeah, we don't know if that is where it started, why it have this division. But even in sports, you go to the harbor for sports, Paget Farm is going to, once Paget Farm is playing, you're going to have a lot of people up there. And if they find things not going right, sometime I could remember in football, game mashup.
Yeah, the
You
man
understand?
run
If the
off on the
referee,
field. The man run off on the field. The referee can't see man.
yeah, if then the referee cheat, the man running on the field, a
Stop the game.
match, mash up. You understand?
Game done.
Yeah, because back in the days, I tell you, they had this team called United Force. Whenever United Force went over to the harbor to play, and especially if they were playing against a team from Hamilton, that is where the bacchanal start. The two end of the island, the biggest supporters when you talk about supporting sport culture, check the two end of the island. And that is where the water start as well. Right?
And you know,
Orita being a bad man too. Yes,
oh
Orito
yeah.
as well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rito try the police let them out the station in the harbor.
Yeah, guys, you could imagine that? Police officers arresting one guy, and that one guy throwing all of them out the station.
But his father beat up some police in Kingston too, long before that too.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
That I might remember that at one time no guys from Hamilton could have gone to Paget Farm to date any girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nina Mount Pleasant.
Yeah. But yesterday we were talking about the Mount Pleasant thing with somebody we were talking about. And they're saying no, they're begging people to come up to Mount Pleasant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Once you were of color, they didn't want you to come to Mount Pleasant. Right?
And remember recently with the caroling contest with our group and Hamilton. Hamilton they want to beat nobody else but beat we. And we've been always licking them.
Yeah. So guys, is there anything that you'd like to share with us? Because we have been sharing Michi Mitch, wow, plenty bad men in Beckway. Yeah, but I think things cool down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
things
coming
cool
together
down.
now.
Because some of the youths who used to be fighting in the harbor side, they basically have cooled down. Yeah, they basically have cooled down. Because yes, vote your girl, they humble. Because I remember as well when we used to go up in the village up in Derrick, especially on the weekend, there's this group of guys, they would go to the football and then they come back down and they're going to be in Derrick in the village there. Next thing you're going to hear, they're drinking and laughing together. Next thing,
Right.
big fight break out. Big fight breaking out amongst them. Friends, you know, they're drawing blood all thing because the good thing is the man used to fight with hand.
Yeah, hand
Yeah,
fight, man.
box and here this one, get this one, here one uppercut and all that kind of thing, a hard slap and so on. I can remember my mother used to run and going out to park people. Yeah, she used to be playing police officer whenever we went up to our grandparents in Derrick and fighting breakout in the road. We have come a long way, a more united Beckway. That's true. That is true. Yeah, but hey now, the same two guys who just finished fighting, you know, if somebody from the other side of the island come in and they touch anyone, both of them ganging up now, you know, and they beating that one who come in, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, don't mess. They just say don't mess with South people.
I remember Simon brother named Mac. Somebody did beat a man from Paddy Farm, I think at Saturday night in the harbour, and they claimed Mac was a part of the fight. And he came down to Paddy Farm this Sunday. And just outside our shop there, them fellas block the road right there and tell him, turn around and go back to the harbour. Don't try to come any further, otherwise we will lick you. And I think Father might have to come along and cool down the situation.